All right, now we're rolling. Cool. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Chasing Your Dream podcast. Today we have a very special guest, CJ Howey.
What's going on?
I probably just said your last name wrong again, but that's fine. It's fine. It's
Hey,
fine.
you got it. What did you say? You said Howie? I think
Yeah.
you got it.
Did I get it?
That was it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Cool.
A
Cool.
plus.
Cool. Cool. Awesome. So, CJ, tell everybody about yourself and like what you do, so that people can get to know you.
Well, my name's CJ Howey. I'm a independent filmmaker out here in Maine, right in Portland. Pretty much I started making skits on social media, and it kind of turned into full length feature films that we've been premiering in theaters and putting on Amazon Prime and hopefully Apple TV with this new one. So it's pretty much it.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. So, um, obviously with this new film that you made, it's called Red Shore. Am I correct with that name?
Yep,
Um, you acted in it yourself. I saw.
I did.
How
I
was
did
that?
do
What was
that.
that like?
It's overwhelming because you have to when you act in your own projects, you can't film yourself. So you hire people on, and when you write the projects, you have a vision for it, and you want to make sure you can get the vision. So it's a little bit of acting, and then before we do a take, run over, check with the camera people, audio people, trying to decide, like, be like, does it look like this? Does it look like this? It's just all over the place, nonstop when you do it. So it's overwhelming, but it's fun for sure.
Would you do it again though? Like if you had like another film, would you do it again?
Oh, we're already working on something new, dude.
Oh no
We're
shit.
already,
No shit.
we're, I literally was writing it before I hopped in this call.
Oh no shit. Awesome. So we're gonna talk a little bit about Red Shore because that's your literally just came out not that long ago.
Yeah,
Um, how long were you working on that film, by the way?
I think I had this like memories pop up thing the other day, and it was like a year ago today. I posted something on my story. It said, "Guess what we're doing," and it like said "new movie" in the corner because I was like trying to be sneaky, but it was super obvious.
Mm,
So a little over a year ago is when I started actually writing it, and then we filmed it over a duration of like 8 months.
wow.
I kind of edited it as we went. It ended up. I kind of had a feeling it was going to be a year project. I told myself that at the beginning of the year I'd start and end the year on something that I think is going to be pretty cool and just one project and just hyper focus on it. And so I'd say around a year in total.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So what inspired you to make Red Shore, by the way?
Life experiences for sure. I mean, when you see the movie, it's like there's no way that you went through this. Obviously, you got to put a little Hollywood inside the bowl. But it has a lot of. It's very family driven and just like spend time with your loved ones type
Mm,
movie, which I think is it's one of those things that people don't really. Family's super important, and I think a lot of people uh, try like hell to pretend that's not the case. But at the end of the day, that's really what it's about. So that's kind of what Red Shore's all about. At the end of the day,
hell yeah. How come you named it Red Shore, by the
dude, I don't even remember. I
way?
think I had like 20 something names. I was like, I know I want it to be a town name. I like the color red.
Hmm.
And we live on a shore basically. So
Yeah.
it's like fucking red shore, dude. Can I swear on here?
Yeah, you're good. Don't worry. I do it all the time.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. Um, yeah. So I obviously I've seen like the trailer. How do I want to put this question? This one's just coming off in my head because I come up
Doesn't
with
suck,
questions
yeah.
in my
The
head.
movie's
Like I just everything like I have questions written down, but like I get questions every time. It's like, oh, I should have put that down, and then I'm just like, okay, well, we're just gonna go for it, and then just swap it out with another question.
bad.
Um,
That's the best way to do it.
yeah. Um, so obviously I know like movies are like hella difficult, especially to like put trailers together and like try not to spoil something that happens in the movie, but you don't want to put that in the trailer. So like, what was your idea concept on the trailer?
That's a really good question. I'm actually happy you asked that. So all my other films that I've done, the I did this thing where I put the whole plot
Mm,
inside of the trailer, and people get there and be like, "Well, I feel like I've seen this already." They liked it, but at the same time, it's like they did see it in the trailer. So I wanted to go a total different route on this one. So I made the movie look a lot more action packed than it is in the trailer. So I had a lot of people come up after. It's like I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, like the older generations. Like I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it because it looked like it was an action movie. But then now that I've seen it, it's not just an action movie, and there's like a lot more to it.
Mm.
So I definitely switched it up for this last trailer, but all the other ones I pretty
Just
much told everybody what was going on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed like a lot of people who make these trailers like they basically spoil everything that happens in either that short film or in that movie itself, and they just spoil the whole thing. And I'm like, now we know. Now we know.
Well, that's the thing is when you write, and that's why you kind of got to look ahead too, because, and that's what I try to do a little with this one is, you know, you make a movie and there's only, you know, per se, three major parts
Mm.
or actiony parts that look good in the trailer. And then, you know, and then all the other scenes are just dialogue and it's kind of more slow. But you want the trailer to be upbeat. You kind of got to like use those little things. So if you plan ahead and be like, okay, well, I want this, that will be good in the trailer. That would be good in the trailer. Kind of do it. Your head's got to be thinking about a million different things when you're writing,
Mm.
especially a film. But just to make sure you have enough good stuff to put in there without spoiling uh, the most major piece, which
Right.
we were able to do with Red Shore for sure.
You do mention a lot about writing. What was the creative aspect on the writing aspect of Red Shore?
Like, what do you mean?
So like, obviously you got to put a lot of like time and thought into like writing like the script and like the plot. Like, how long did that basically take you, and like, how much of your creative like side of you did you have to use to put into each scene of that movie?
So that's one of those things. This is how I work when I write too. Is I'll try to sit down and I'll try to write something, but that's not when I'm gonna be able to write it. That's when
Mm.
I'm gonna sit there all day for like a week, every single day, because I'm forcing myself to do it. And then, you know, I try to give myself a deadline, and when I get closer to that deadline, I start getting stressed. And when I get stressed, all of a sudden something clicks,
Next.
and I'll like wake up and be like, this would be a really good idea. So my creative process is super ADHD,
Mm-hmm.
but it works. It's got its pros and cons for sure.
Right.
It comes in clutch when it needs to, and it also slows things down sometimes. So
Mm.
it's a little bit all over the place for sure.
Um, what was the other one? How many of those scenes when you were writing that script? How many of those scenes did you have to like completely just like rewrite and make something completely new?
That's awesome you would say that. So I wrote the whole script, and we were about, you know, I'd say almost halfway through filming Red Shore, and just like any job, you know, maybe some coworkers don't get along, or maybe someone has to move because they don't want to be in this area anymore. They want to move over here closer to family or whatever.
Mm.
We had a situation sort of like that. That was just weird examples that didn't actually happen, but like just a bunch of things like that that kind of made it so some people weren't there anymore. So
Mm.
halfway through filming this movie, I had to rewrite the whole script, which means I got rid of like, you know, 70% of what we filmed.
Wow.
And I just had to start from scratch and kind of work around the scenes that would work. Um, it was definitely a challenge. I actually at one point we stopped filming altogether, and I just kind of said, you know what, this is not working. I wish it was, but you know, I can't keep shooting myself in the foot. I got to stop the bleeding.
Mm.
But then two months later, and I was content too for like 2 months and being like, you know, that pressure's off. And then 2 months later, like I said, I woke up and I'm like, wait a second, I have an idea of how to change this, and luckily it worked. It probably would have been around 6 months of filming if that didn't happen. But
Mm.
yeah, it was a lot, dude,
Wow.
for sure.
That's insane.
Did I answer your question? I don't
Oh
even know
yeah,
what
no,
your
you
question
did. No,
was.
you did. You answered it because I asked you about the creative aspect on the script, and then I asked you if you had to rewrite any script, like any scene in the script, and you just basically answered the whole fucking question in more detail than I asked. which is
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it definitely just worked out in that situation. I think rewriting last minute and changing things around made it a better film than it was going to be if we stuck to the actual first script. So
Mhm.
everything kind of happens for a reason,
Oh
and
yeah,
that's a pretty good
that's
example.
literally everyone says that. It's like everything happens for
Yeah,
a good reason.
for sure, for sure.
So what what do you believe is the most important quality to be like basically a producer when it comes to like a film? Like what do you look for quality when you're, let's just say you're not in a scene of your film and you're watching everybody else just like, do their thing. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for the best product possible, and that's why, like, with this new project that we're working on, um, we're working on a TV show. I just announced it, I think, yesterday, very subtly. I didn't really talk much about it, but I actually put myself back from, like, I'm in it, but I'm not going to be in it as much because I want to be more a part of the production to make it the best product possible. With Logically Studios being a opportunity company for equal opportunity company for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Now that means new actors that's never acted before. That means camera crew that have never done camera crew things. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like a bunch of stuff like that. So like I'm working with a lot of great people, and they're still learning, just like I am.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to be able. It's I like to be able to be behind the camera almost more than in front. So I'm gonna be a lot more hands on and watching everybody else and really, because it's really hard to do both. It's really hard to focus on that stuff and then find a character that isn't really you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Um.
Yeah, I'm going to depth.
Oh yeah, you're going into depth with these fucking things. So what's your favorite part about being a producer, and what's your least favorite part?
My favorite part is definitely being creative. I've been creative since I was a kid. I
Mm.
remember we had school laptops. You're a little younger than me. I'm assuming you had iPads.
We
Am I right?
had, so for like the beginning, I had like these like thick MacBooks, and then we switched to iPads, and then once I
Okay,
got
so
to
you
high
had what I
school, it
had.
went to Chromebooks.
Yeah, we had the shitty fat
Yeah.
fucking MacBooks. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm sure we all remember the photo booth or
Oh yeah,
whatever
the
it
photo,
was.
but everyone would mess around on that. Yeah.
Photo booth, iMovie. I remember I made this video called this fuck. I made this video with iMovie and photo booth called Chet and the Missing Poop or something like that. And it was like me. It's like an action movie. I was filming of myself, like pretending I'm driving my parents' car and shit. I was a kid, looking for like my cat's shit.
What the
I have
fuck?
I have no idea why, but I was just making. Yeah, dude, and I have so many weird videos like that online of just me just making stupid shit when I was a kid. So I've always done creative stuff. So I
Hmm.
really like the creative piece, and something I would say I dislike about it is the days that it's tough, but because that's you're gonna have those days anywhere where things aren't going like you plan.
Yeah. Hmm.
You spend months in preparation. That's the thing with film. You, as a producer, you spend months preparing for one day, and then if something goes wrong on that day, it's like you're getting stabbed in the face, like right away. So that's probably my least favorite. But when it works out, you feel pretty good
Oh yeah.
about it.
So these kind of questions kind of go the same. I didn't realize it, but we'll figure it out.
Go ahead.
What was the most difficult part about that movie, and why? And then the other one would be, what was the most difficult scene you had to film, and why?
Ooh. So to answer your first question, there, scheduling was the worst, and the weather. We had record breaking. I actually said this on News Center, Maine, and they added it. I was pretty hyped about it. But we had like record breaking rain in Maine in spring,
Hmm.
which pushed us back like 12 weeks or longer. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was crazy. Um, so that was probably the worst there. And your second question, the hardest scene to film. I'd say the hardest scenes to film were the ones where we had a lot of extras because there's a lot of people,
Hmm.
and like when we have a small crew, and my crew is looking at me like, what should we do here? It's like, oh shit. I was hoping you'd figure that out.
Yeah.
But you know, but and that's the thing is it's overwhelming for everybody. So, um, but yeah, those were probably the toughest to shoot. Like we had a big party scene in it. That was actually a lot of fun. But I think there's a bar scene in it that we ended up having to cut,
Hmm.
and there was like 40 people. Spose from your area was
Yep.
there. It had to get cut, but there was a lot of people there, and that was the very first day of filming. So we like didn't even know our characters or anything.
Hmm.
But that was probably the hardest scene to film for sure.
Um, so how did you find like all your cast and your crew members?
Well, I started a couple years ago with a short film called Adopted at 28. Well, I started with Suburban Dropouts. Technically, it was like 8 of us, just close friends, made something. And then we did Adopted at 28, added some people to the mix. We were around 12 people then, and then it kind of just snowballed. We had a premiere for Adopted at 28. People started reaching out, um, and then kind of like I outsource and try to find people.
Hmm.
I get a lot of messages of people wanting to get involved too, but I definitely outsource as well. Like if I see someone pop up in my newsfeed and I'm like, oh, they're from here, they act. Let's check out their stuff. And if I check out the stuff and it's like I can imagine you in this role, like let me talk to them. So that's how I've met a lot of my cast. I'd
Hmm.
say for sure, and ads and stuff like that. But
Uh,
yeah,
where did you film most of Red Shore?
Sebago, Sebago, Old Orchard Beach, Sebago, Old Orchard Beach. Would say yeah,
How come you picked those two?
just perfect place for water. Red Shore is Sebago Lake.
Hmm.
That the inspo on that, and then there's like the richer part of Old Orchard Beach that we filmed at because I just like to look, and it's always dead. It's just like where the old ladies walk around and shit.
Yep.
And it's always funny because they'll come up, why are you guys filming a movie here? Is it for YouTube? No, it's not. Like, why would you come here? I'm like, what do you fucking mean? This place is sick. So, yeah.
Oh
What are
yeah,
you
I
talking
love
about?
that. I love that when people do that. There's always a camera around. What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
What does it look like I'm doing?
Yeah. Like, what do you think, dude?
Um, so obviously Red Shore was in the theater for what? About like I'd say 2 days, 3 days,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Well,
So,
it was supposed to be a week,
mhm,
and then it was number two for the first part, and then it was number one. So I get a bunch of people hit me up in the morning like, "Hey, they extended it." I was like, "No, they didn't talk to me about it." And then eventually they called me. Smitty's called me and said, "Hey, I hope you're okay with this. A lot of people have called us. We want to push it a week if it's okay with you." I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah, that's sick."
go ahead.
So it wasn't supposed to be 2 weeks, but it turned into 2 weeks.
Hmm. So, what kind of made you have that idea of like, this is the movie that should be in a theater?
Well, I kind of write the movies in hopes of doing that anyway.
Hmm.
So I kind of knew even before I even thought of the name Red Shore that I wanted to make something for theaters.
Hmm.
And I knew this was going to be my last uh, theater thing for, a couple of years as we're working on the TV show and trying to, instead of doing the quick movie, you see it, that's it. I really want to make a TV show that lasts longer. So
Hmm.
I knew I wanted to be in theaters, but I also knew I wanted to do it only one last time
Right.
for a while. Yeah.
Was it how difficult was it to like actually like get it in there and like plan it?
It wasn't difficult.
Really?
This is the third movie in theaters
Hmm.
that I've done. The first one, it was an employee there that actually was in the film, and she said, "Hey, I could probably get us a little showing." And it was like a week's notice. I was like, I mean, I don't think people will come, but sure. We did it. It sold out, and then I was just hooked. I was like, I gotta do this again. So we did that with the next one too, and then at this point, I'm tight with Smitty's.
Hmm.
Every time I come to them, they're excited because we always have a good time when we do it. Uh, Um, so it went a lot easier than you'd imagine it would be.
Hmm. Yeah, 'cause I think it'd be difficult as hell to get something in there.
It's more editing. I mean, you got to edit it a certain way and do sound a certain way, and
Yeah.
certain files that are way bigger than most computers even have for gigabyte storage. So it's a lot of work when it comes to that. But as far as actually just getting in there and promoting, it's not too bad.
Wow. That's actually kind of cool though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's fun.
Um, let's see. Let's see. Right here. What was like the most fun about making Red Shore?
I'm a big chemistry guy when it comes to, you know, uh off screen and on screen like relationships. Like when you get to like know people
Mm-hmm.
and you get to kind of bring these, it's fun to talk to someone that you've known for a while and be totally different people talking to each other. I think that's pretty cool. And then when the cameras are off and people are just helping each other, like maybe if you say this, I'll say this. I love the chemistry piece of filmmaking. I think it's huge. And if you don't have it, then if you're on, there's gonna be those sets that you get on and nobody has chemistry. Nobody, everyone's there for themselves. No one's there to be a friend or a team player, and those are the sets I could never be on, which is why I try to make my sets as fun as possible and just I want people to experience. Right in my Logically bio, it says we don't just make movies; we create an experience for all involved,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of where that stems from.
If there was like any
Dude,
part, what's up?
I'm rocking. I'm rocking the answers, bro. I
Oh
have.
yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good. Yeah, I was kind of expecting you to like text me like, "Hey, could you send me like the list of questions so like just in case if there's like one that I don't want, I can tell you." I'm like, I was already
I didn't
ready. Like,
do it.
I'm not even kidding you. I had it all copied and pasted. I'm like, I'm ready to fucking send it to him when he wants it. And I'm like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
didn't ask
No,
for it. I'm like, we're just gonna go for it. Let's see what happens.
dude,
Like,
I used to have a podcast, bro, and like there was a lot of people that I appreciated people that didn't ask that question. So I could
mhm,
never, I couldn't. I understand why people do. I worked with a few very popular people with my podcast, and they would ask those kind of questions. So it
yeah,
makes sense. It's expected. But
yeah,
then sometimes they just would show up,
mhm,
just totally raw dogging the shit,
yeah,
and it's just so much more relaxed, and there's no pressure. So
yeah,
I wasn't gonna add any pressure. Like, give me the list.
yeah,
The most I asked you was, the most I asked you was like, what should I expect?
yeah. And I just
You
gave
know
you
what I
kind of like
mean?
a brief like detail and like what you're gonna expect. But I mean,
Yeah,
like
like I don't know if on here
nine
just
times out of
singing shit.
10, like majority of the people that I have on, they want the list because they want to know what's gonna get asked. But like I also like the
Yeah,
ones that come on here and they just raw dog it and they're just like boom done. It makes
dude,
it
raw
more
dogging the
entertaining. I think. I think it makes it more
raw
entertaining.
dog. It does, dude.
Like
It does.
it's perfect. And obviously, I even tell them like if there's a question you don't like, just tell me. We'll skip that one for now. Go from there.
Yeah, do you cut your episodes or do you just?
Depending, it all depends on how smooth they go. So like
Yeah, that makes
if
sense.
it goes really really smooth, no editing involved. If it's a little rocky, I'll go in and I'll cut some stuff out. But other than
Yeah,
that, I
for
mean,
sure.
most of the ones that I have, I think I've only edited maybe like 3 4 episodes out of 30 episodes I've done
Yeah.
because
So
I
you're
just
pretty fresh doing the
yeah.
video piece.
Uh, the video
Yeah.
piece, yes. The audio part, no. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for like 9 years, but like I did a
Yeah.
lot
Hell
of
yeah,
like
dude.
off and on breaking because of like school and life shit gets in the way, and
Oh yeah,
but like
for
I just
sure.
vibe off of it and I just have a good time doing it.
Dude, hell yeah, man. That's what it's
Like
about. That's what being creative
it's
and
all
doing
fun.
this stuff's about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
What was the least fun part about Red Shore?
Scheduling.
The
Scheduling for
freaking
sure.
scheduling, man. I hate
Yeah,
scheduling sometimes.
I'll always hate it for sure.
Um, if there was one thing that you could change about the film industry, what would it be and why?
100% the gatekeeping,
Mhm.
and just there's a lot of, it's the film business is a very interesting place. Um, you'll meet some of the greatest people, but you'll meet some of the worst people in the process. So, and the gatekeeping is huge. If it wasn't for COVID happening, in 2020, you would still have to live in LA to get an audition. But now you can, everything's virtual now. So
Yeah.
you audition like So that's helped a little bit, but there's basically a password on those auditions that you have to get given by this agent that needs to, you need to be on a Mark Wahlberg movie for 3 days to qualify,
Mm-hmm.
type thing. So I would say the gatekeeping, because there's a lot of talent out there that it's hard, unless they really, really go hard and make their own stuff and push themselves, that will never get noticed, because the gatekeeping is just too bad.
Mm.
It's just too harsh. So
Have you met some like some of those actually like really talented actors while you did some of your films?
Oh yeah, I got a bunch. We have a bunch. I'm proud of everyone that's involved. They all do great, and that's the thing is, if they come in fresh, never acted before, and everything's gonna be rocky at first for anything. Even
Right.
if you've been a seasoned actor, like until you know your character, you're not gonna know how to act as that character.
Mm.
So, but people did a really good job at leaning into it, and really just I can't tell how good they are until they can tell how good they are, because once they tell how good they are, they have this confidence that makes them just like, we have this one girl, Emily is really good. She's a pretty good. She's a really good actor out here. There's a few actors in there that are just like, they've been in a lot of films. Um, but overall, yeah, I've worked with a lot of people that are really good, and,
Mm.
and and you need to be around people that are better than you, because if they're better than you, it just makes you want to be better.
Right.
So I'll never. I don't want to be the best. I want to learn.
You want to learn? Yeah, that makes sense. I
Yeah,
mean, it's all you really can do now is just learn.
yeah.
And I noticed I should have asked this question first, but I'm just gonna still ask it. What's your take on the film industry?
Um, I think it's I think it's starting to boom again. Um, I'm pretty hyped up that Atlanta's starting to really. I mean, it's been a thing, but Atlanta's really booming with film now. Um, they're opening this new studio in New Jersey and stuff. I think things are about to get really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the movies I've been watching lately, with basically not knowing any context of what I'm about to watch, I've been like impressed. So I think the film industry is they're expanding. Anything else, LA was just destroying it. So it's nice to see it's just coming together in a more non-demonic way, if that makes any sense. It's
Yeah.
probably pretty bad
Yeah.
I said that, but whatever. The fucking devil ass state, brother. California.
Is there is there a state that you would love to like go to and like film in?
I mean, I filmed here in Florida. The goal is I want to do this TV show this year, and then the goal is to move out to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, if I'm there forever, that would be sick. But I'm a mama's boy, so I'm sure I'll be home.
Yeah.
But I filmed here in Florida, but I'm excited to film out in Atlanta. But I mean, Atlanta's the Atlanta's the spot, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's the spot. So that is Atlanta. Final answer.
Don't change it then. This podcast is gonna be up forever. So don't change it.
Digital footprint is real.
I know a lot of films, and I could even think of one. The Walking Dead was filmed in Atlanta for their first season. They filmed in Atlanta, Georgia.
A lot of things are. Stranger Things was filmed in Atlanta. There's this new show called His and Hers. I think it's on
Mm-hmm.
Netflix. It's a Netflix original. That's in Atlanta. Pretty much any do this from now on, right? Well, not from now on, but next couple movies or shows you watch, just look up where was this film, and I could almost say 80% of the time it's gonna say Atlanta
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems
for
like that's
sure.
like the popular spot. I mean, they have like literally they can film on a mountain. You can see the city in the background. Like it's
Yeah, and
perfect.
it really comes down to tax incentives.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you get, you pay $500,000 on a film out there, they'll give you 30% back just for filming in their state.
Wow.
Maine is 10%. It's horrible. That's why
Yeah.
nobody comes here.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it really comes down to the most when it comes to it's cheap. Like, our apartments in Maine are expensive,
Mm-hmm.
but in Atlanta, you know, you get like I could have my apartment in Atlanta for $1,000 less.
Wow.
So it's just yeah, there's a lot of reasons where it comes to filming in certain places and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Is there like a what's the highest state? Do you know what like the highest state would be for like The
For
filming
film
one?
tax,
Yeah,
like the worst state or the best state?
both. Just we'll do both.
I think the best state is now Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
because like you have higher tax incentives in LA, but it costs so much more money. So
Yeah.
no matter what, you're spending more money. Um, I think Indiana is the worst. I think something like that. New Mexico is weirdly one of the best.
Hmm.
Breaking Bad, shout out.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah.
I'm sure. I'm sure some of the states too get popular as more people would like film in it. I'm sure.
Well they do, and that's where the tax incentives come from because if you know they're paying you back for bringing attention to their state
Yeah.
or their city. So you know people want people to go to Atlanta, and they do, you know.
Mm.
And that's the thing is Maine's not a very creative friendly state, but I am pushing to try to get that at least raised another 10%. That's kind of one of my movements that I'm working for right now
Mm.
on our website. But yeah, that's a big thing. Like you go to like Breaking Bad. I don't know if you got into that. I love that show.
That was a good show.
All, yeah, all the locations they use to film, they like now at the real place. People go and visit them all the time. They get a bunch of business. So like
Wow.
it brings a lot of jobs to states too. It's like you know, it brings employment, which
Mm-hmm.
circulates money, which is where film. That's yeah, it's just a step that a lot of places are scared to take, but
Mm-hmm.
it's very beneficial for communities in all aspects
I'm sure.
for sure.
Yeah. This is kind of my girl's question because I asked her if she had a question she would want to ask somebody, like ask like somebody who's in the film industry, like what would she want to ask them, and she wanted to ask you if there was any like director or other producers that you would want to work with in the future.
The Duffer Brothers, for sure.
Oh, that would be a good one. That would be definitely a good one.
They're genius. I want to like figure out if they think the same thing
Mm-hmm.
because I can't tell which is which. They look the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I would like to work with them. There's a lot of directors out there that are assholes, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't seem to be assholes at all.
No,
So,
they
and I
don't.
think they'd be a lot of fun, and just their minds work crazy. I really inspire to have minds like directors like that for sure.
These two kind of correlate with each other. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? I do start with that one first.
Dude, you know what's funny about that? I got a memories thing recently too. Again, another memories thing.
Mm.
10 years ago, I said it was. I was in an interview and it said, "Where do you see yourself in 10 years?" I was making music, and
Mm.
I was like, "Oh, I hope I'm making music." At the time, I'm not making music. I'm a filmmaker now, so like things have totally switched.
Swapped.
So, but I think I have it down, and I'm positive in 10 years, I definitely want to be doing exactly what I'm doing now, but a much higher
Much higher
scale,
state. Mm-hmm.
much higher scale with a lot more cash. Gonna need that cash.
Oh yeah.
Shit's expensive.
Yeah, it is. And then literally the other question is be like, what's next for you and other projects?
Well, the TV show, kind of see where that goes. The move to Atlanta, I might do some stuff out there, depending on a lot of things. But right now, the only thing that's really in my sight is the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
I think to really expand on that because it'd be nice to have a nice 5 to 10 year run on one massive project.
Oh yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool.
It's like every other
For sure.
TV show where they have like 10 to 15 years on top of it, and they can
Yeah,
just
it's
live
sick,
off
dude.
of it.
That's what I mean. That's where I want to be. Like I said, the movies are like the one-off thing, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's the living off. It's cool and stuff, but it'd be nice to like. I don't care about the money as much as I care about like it would be cool to have like a cultish following to a show
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a culty follower of
Right.
shows. So, like, dude, I was pissed when Stranger Things was over. I'll bring up Stranger Things again.
Yeah.
That fucking show was sick,
That
dude.
was that was
Like, I
amazing.
that was the
It's
one show that like fucked me up when it ended.
it was even the same thing with me. Like I love Supernatural.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
they're still massive though. Like they still have a big fan base. But like
Yeah, it's a cult
yeah,
following
it's like
for sure.
it still amazes me how much Supernatural is still alive to this day after they ended in 2020. Like it's just crazy.
That's a forever thing, brother. Look at Star Wars. It's forever a thing.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like the original Star Wars,
Hmm.
that will everyone will always talk about that
Yeah.
forever. And that's a win. I mean, those are movies, but that's a win for
Hmm.
sure.
Especially with them having that big of like a massive like movie trilogy going on, like a massive thing.
Huge
It's
universe
massive.
shit.
Same thing with
Yeah,
Marvel and DC and.
yeah. I really like what Marvel's done. They've definitely gone super Disney,
Hmm.
as obviously predicted, as they're part of Disney. But it's they're always good movies. Like the Deadpool movie, Deadpool
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
That
That
was
shit was
my
awesome.
favorite. That was my favorite one. Out of
Dude, that
all
was
of them,
good.
that one was my favorite. That was
Ryan
good.
Ryan Reynolds is fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like he is. You can't beat that.
Mm-mm.
Like you just can't.
No, no, you can't. There's nobody like him. I mean, unless you're
Yeah,
like back in the day, it was like Adam Sandler. Can't think of anybody
yeah. Back
else.
like
Yeah.
Will Ferrell.
Oh yeah, Will Ferrell.
Love Will Ferrell, dude. I grew up on Will Ferrell and Adam Sandler
Mm.
and Ben Stiller. I guess there's a bunch.
Yeah, there's a
Jim
lot.
Carrey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people out there that you can't top.
No. Yeah. Exactly, dude. Exactly.
So, literally, as much as I would like to sit here and keep talking about a lot of filming things, I also don't want to waste more of your time. I'm sure you want to get writing onto your TV show and whatever. So I got literally just two more questions for you.
Let's hear him.
So the first one is, what tips would you give somebody who wants to basically start out in the film industry or make their own movie?
Just start creating. You have so many, you're gonna make so many mistakes, and the longer you wait isn't gonna avoid those mistakes. You just need to start now and make those mistakes, and then learn from there. So that is I wish someone told me that when I started, because there's no dodging any type of. You got to get through those mistakes to get to that goal, and that's just kind of how it goes.
Yep, for sure. And then the last question, was there any stories that you would like to tell like anybody on the set of Red Shore? Is there like anything that you can remember that was like a good time or like fucking hilarious or like basically insane?
There's a lot of insanity for sure. We had a lot of fun. We got to like film on boats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like we weren't on in a studio. We were actually on boats. So I'm like we did have a lot of fun. Crazy stories though. I mean, it's probably a good thing that I don't have any crazy stories, because if I had crazy stories, usually someone doesn't have someone's leg broke or something. So it's probably a good thing that we don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I would just say it's when you do things on a low budget, it tends to be more fun because there's not as much pressure, and it's just more relaxed and fun and just a good time with friends.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right, and
that's
then
my best story.
I mean,
Good
obviously,
times.
okay, this is literally one more question because you just brought it up. If you don't mind me
Go ahead.
asking, what was the budget of Red Shore?
I spent around $20,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, half of that went towards the equipment that I knew I needed.
Mm-hmm.
The other half went towards Airbnbs, food, um, like hotels, like just locations, stuff like that. It's expensive, dude,
Yeah.
and like $20,000 is not a lot for film, but
No.
at the same time, I made a feature film before this for less than $3,000. So
Mm.
back to your question before, people just need to get out there and make some shit. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter how you do it. Make those mistakes and learn and keep going.
And sometimes it is possible too that you can make, like, you can have a budget of $100 and you can make that $100 worth something and make your money back off of it, which I find
You
crazy.
could with the right, as long as you have the right people with you, and you know everyone gets. What are you doing, Cat? Everyone kind of is on the same page, and you can do anything with no money.
Mm.
So as long as you got a good team with you, you have a good head on your shoulders, and you're motivated, you can do anything.
Oh yeah. All right, now this is your part. Shout out whatever the hell you want. Promote whatever where people can find you.
OnlyFans. Just kidding. Could you fucking imagine, dude? I mean, I'm just CJ Howey on all platforms. Super pumped I got that name when I was a kid. But yeah, and check out if you want to see my old work. Under the Hood is on Amazon Prime Video. Cat, come here. Amazon is Prime. Fucking A. It's on Prime Video, Amazon Prime Video, and where Red Shore is gonna end up, I'll keep you guys posted.
Hell yeah. And obviously, I'll have you send links to me so I can just put in a description of it so people can just go check out whatever and whatnot. But
Definitely. Cat, stop. Come here. Sorry. Don't touch the cat. I told you. She has the cone on and she's trying to slide under the door. Come here. I'll take that off you. Oh my god. What a freaking furball that is. But yeah, dude, thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
dude.
thanks
Class was good.
yeah, thanks for taking the time out of your day too. I know you want to write more shit, so I appreciate you taking about 40 minutes out of your time to do this.
Hell yeah,
Really,
man.
one of my
It was
dreams right
fun.
here is to interview somebody from the film industry.
Yeah, well, hell yeah, dude. I'm happy that it worked out, and I'm happy you're excited about it too.
Yeah.
So
I'm proud of you, dude. Like getting your shit in the theater, like chasing your dreams, like it's amazing.
thank
Props
you,
to you.
brother. I
Props to
appreciate
you.
that. Thank you, man.
Of course. But yeah, guys, you guys can listen to any of our episodes on Spotify, Google, Anchor, Apple, YouTube, you name it. We're probably on it. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on any social media platform we're on. But thank you guys for tuning in. CJ, thank you for coming on again once again.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
You as well. Well, guys, now you see double of me, but that was CJ Howey. Again, shout out to him. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next podcast. Double Mats. Here we go. See you guys.